G'day everyone, it is time for another mock, and joining me in studio tonight is D-Mac at NBA Fantasy Bible. The two of us are in a room. The Ball Logic guys, they threw out an invite. They do a mock every week. We're like, we're going to mock. Let's mock. Let's go head to head with some analysts and some of their followers. Let's get into it. Let's go hard. He's got a special punt in mind. Welcome to Believe in Fantasy. It's mock time, baby. D-Mac.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, man. Good, man. Look, it's starting. It's on already. It started. Here we go.
Yep,
we're on. I've got the fancy screen on. You're picking before me. Matty from Ball Logic is up number one. It's a bit of a tell what he'll dictate straight away. We know with the number one pick right here, if you're going to go Wemby, you're looking to do those builds where you're focusing maybe on blocks or just, padding them a little bit. You've got the all-round ability of Jokic, or are you going some sexy points at the party with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? And there it goes. Jokic, Josh Lloyd's Benephone, number two. D-Mac, I'll let you think about it. You were hoping someone falls to you at 5. Who is it and why?
I'd love to see Luka or SGA fall. It's not going to happen. I expect Giannis to go. I'm leaning towards Cade if it was a real draft, but I want to practice. I want to do a punt build, and I'm going to go Giannis. I'm expecting him to fall to me at 5.
Oh, I tell you this Riley bloke is thinking about it, isn't he? He hasn't slipped into auto mode. I'm at 8, and I hate 8. I'm not going to lie. It's one of these zones in a draft for me where I'm like, I'm spoiled for choice. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that I'm like, I feel like there's just a lot of options around that point of the draft. Like Absolutely. Cade Cunningham. Am I going to go a Cade for the first time? Am I going to try a Cade build on this?
You could, if you're lucky enough. If he slips, maybe I do take him at 5.
I'd
expect Luka to go at 4. I'm taking Giannis. I'm going to take Giannis.
Oh,
Giannis went at 4.
Luka.
I've got Luka. That's 2 drafts in a row. Thank you very much.
Oh, hello. Okay, so this is what are you thinking straight away when your guy takes Giannis in front of you? You had a particular punt in mind with Giannis. What is that punt? Why are you looking at that, and why are you grateful? How do you just recalculate your thinking for that? Oh, okay, Cade off the board too. This is going to get a little bit frisky for us.
Yeah, I like Cade at 6. I think Cade, I've seen that happen quite a few times. I just immediately shift my mode from punt mode into more balanced. I think I can have a balanced team with Luka. It's not necessarily a punt free throw build with Luka these days. We did a mock draft last night. I did Luka, backed it up with Maxi.
Yep.
Looking after my free throws there. I do prefer a balanced lineup, and I think you guys know that as well. But who are you thinking will drop to 8?
I've just put them all in the line. Like this, for me, there's choices, and I like them. I've got Trae Young, I've got James Harden, I've got Anthony Davis. For me, these are the big 3 key names around this point of the draft that I'm going to focus on. Old mate Shutton is having the time of his life having to think about this one. It's the name of his team should be the Glacial Pacers. Oh, Anthony Edwards.
Oh, yeah, Edwards. You're actually on the clock, mate. You're on the clock now.
This is Trae Young. I'm going to go Trae. I'm not going to say bounce back season, but this is definitely someone who I'm looking at to buoy my assists. So straight away, field goal percentage, in the toilet a little bit, but I'm going to get a lot of assists here. So I'm pairing it up. I mean, Harden's going to be around. Booker's going to be around. Like these, you can see I'm adding into my queue. Guys we've spoken about. Not as high on, there you go. Anthony Davis, I like that from Horse because it's Anthony Davis late. How many games he plays, Dallas, all of the questions have to be asked. But at the exact same time, I like him when he's at number 9. It's a great pick.
Yeah, I think that's a solid pick. I think you'd be okay taking him at 5 as well.
Yeah.
Booker's gone at 10, which I can get around. And I've seen that happen a couple of times recently.
Yep.
He's probably been outside of that first round in terms of ADP, but bringing him into the late first round, I'm very comfortable with.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with him there too. So it starts to get to guys like, could I pair James Harden here or Steph Curry? Like guys who I think could possibly be in like who I'm thinking in my head are like, oh, these are first round guys. And when I get them, I get to have them. 2 first rounders with my first 2 picks, I'm okay with. Trenell is on it right here. And then Brano up. Now, I know Brano loves a bit of Atlanta Hawks action, so maybe he was hoping that, Trae Young would fall to him at some point. Karl Anthony Towns in the first round. Look, Not mad at it. It's a safe pick. It's going to be in one of these picks you start to get him, or we've seen him drift off a little bit into the middle of the second round in a couple of our drafts lately as well.
Yeah, we saw that last night. He was sort of, I think, fourth pick of the second round, which was quite a surprise. We saw him typically at the end of the first round, but it's sort of tailing off now. I don't know if that's going to be a trend that we continue seeing, particularly as Mike Brown's now at the helm, no Thibs. So we'll see what happens there with Cat's ADP. Now, Braino on the clock.
Okay, so Harden was the fine pick, and this is Harden's fine because this is a guy who we know is a first round. At the turn of here now, is he doubling down now? So is he going in the guard pairing of Steph? This is where you can do those perfect pairs we spoke about, the guards, the Don Mitchells of the world, because he's one of the only other guards there left. Tyrese Maxey, is it too early for Maxey? Jalen Brunson, his ADP currently is 22, way too high for me. So how is Braino thinking right now about doing it? He's got to be, and there. Okay, so he's gone 13 for Mobley. Look, I'm not mad about Mobley, but he's not lasting past the second round. So it's not a bad pick. It's just a very interesting pairing that he's got there. He's gone big and small, a nice rounded build from him at the turn.
Yeah, I think so. I think Mobley, like you said, he's a second round guy, but whether or not he's the top of the second round remains to be seen. Again, we talk about trajectory. He's still a young guy. He's ever improving. So for Braino to take Mobley, I think that's fine.
I'm going to put him in my queue, and you know that I like Giddey. His ADP. Yeah, when I met him again this year, like when I saw him again, he's physically really okay. So there goes Steph. That was the other main guard that I want. Just the versatility of Giddey. I think Giddey is a really nice pairing for a guy like a Cade Cunningham. I don't know what his points are going to be, but I know I'm going to get assists there, which is that's really going to complement my build straight away with old mate Trae Young. He also gets a lot of boards. The field goal percentage, it's a little bit beat to desired. I haven't taken Giddey yet. Do you think I could get him?
Ooh, in the second?
Ooh.
Or you thinking third? Does he survive?
Well, Sabonis has gone there. So there's some interesting pairings right here. Guard center. Guard center. There seems to be okay. So Horse has gone there. He's definitely looking in to get the blocks. That leaves Giddey to me. I know I'm not going to be able to get him past you with Luka or Cade. That's never going to happen. So I'm going to pull the trigger early on Josh Giddey and just really go straight away. Yeah, it's ballsy. Oh, it's really ballsy. But this is me putting a flag in the sand. Like, you know what, guys? Come chase me with assist-wise. Let's do what you want. You've got Luka. That's a really good guy to chase with. Down to the other end, Mally has Jokic. You two are the guys who I could really see chasing me there with assists. Braino could have had that opportunity with Harden and pairing him with another guard. Didn't. So he's looking to build something all round. And as it swings back to you now, who are the guys around this zone that you really like?
Yeah, you mentioned assists, so I could go Maxey. And we saw Maxey go in a mock draft in the first round the other day. Last night we saw him go in the second round. I'm comfortable taking him here. Durant's taken. He was another guy I was thinking. But if Maxey can get to me, I'd be extremely happy. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets sniped right before me. But Donovan Mitchell is another pick that I'm very comfortable taking in my pick right there.
Yeah, 100%. Look, I'm thinking, this is the world as I feel is like my oyster at a point on the way back down, because you start thinking about all the guys who are on the board in the third round. And there's just so much talent in fantasy this year. Now, it all depends again. This is where you have to make up your mind on your punt. And straight away now, I know that I am not looking very good by field goal percentage. That is not who I am in this draft. That's not my business, but I'm going to have to try and make it my business really, really soon.
Yeah, Josh Giddey doesn't hurt your field goals, but obviously Trae Young does. You can always make that up, or you lean into that build, which will be interesting. We'll see who's available in that third round. We'll see how that plays out for you. I need to think about my third round pick, but straight after Tyrese Maxey, who I took, LaMelo Ball. Do you think LaMelo Ball at pick 9 of the second round is too early? Or you think that's about right?
Look, it's where we've seen him. So look, coming off the board, Jalen Williams, Tyrese Maxey, LaMelo Ball. These are the guys that are going to start to go. I'm kind of getting surprised now that Donovan Mitchell's still on the board. This is curious, and I'm Well, there goes
There
Don
we go.
Mitchell. I say it. I speak it into existence. That was an auto draft pick, though. So he was one of the top guys in the list now. So this guy,
Right.
Riley and
Ooh,
Shutton,
man.
have gone auto drafted. So Armin Thompson, look, we know that people are really high on Armin Thompson. There's a lot of guys who are into him. And Josh Lloyd's better. I know Josh Lloyd's high on him. I have a different opinion of him. I just think there's a lot of mouths to feed in Houston. I think he's going to be really great. I'm going to love to watch him play basketball. He's Jalen Williams-esque in sense for me. You know what I mean? Like he's one of the main fiddles of the organization, but J-Dub generally hits 25 and above. So that to me is not second round. So there's my threshold. 25 is the beginning of the third round. If you know, if you feel me, there we go. Good pick for that's Mally's. He's listened to the Gospel of G. You know that my favorite perfect pairing is like I still have it here in the studio. Where is it? I still have it in the studio, don't I? The little graphic from that?
You do.
Yeah,
Jokic and LeBron, perfect pairing. And we've seen that 2 mocks in a row. So Jokic and James, I think they work really well together. Yep.
Here we go. This is it right here. And again, to Horse, this is what I've been speaking about, perfect pairs. He put together AD with Jaren Jackson Jr. Really good pairs being made here. Some of these guys that we're getting in the rounds. And again, we spoke about the guards and the back end of the guards there. You can start to see some of these guys in the push up of Brunson into this, which I think is way too high. So these are some of the pairs that we start to see at the end of the second round and start to make their way into the third round right here. And it's third round reversal, which is the big call.
Jalen Johnson, first pick of the third round with third round reversal.
Yeah, this is fine because we've seen Jalen Johnson go in the second round. Braino's a Hawks fan. It's a great homer from him. He's laughing right now. He is absolutely laughing. And yeah, Chet Holmgren following that. This is about where Chet Holmgren, I feel, could go. I'm a little higher on Chet, but we've seen him going late third, early fourth round.
Yeah, we have. And I think a couple of seasons back, he was that sort of end of first round guy. Your boy, Tyler Hero. So you've missed out on him. Would you have taken him with your
I would have gone. I know that I'm telegraphing right now. It's like, geez, like this bloke guac is extra because they don't know that it's me and they don't know that it's you. We're just in here. We just saw they put a thing out. They have no idea.
We're just fans. We're just fans of these guys. So we just wanted to hop in.
Just fans. Just jumping in to do a mock draft on a Sunday night as we're catching up each week.
And you're up. Like, let's just do it, my friend.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little bit. I'm going to take Miles Turner.
Wow.
Here.
Take us through that one, mate.
Look, I like what Turner can do. I don't think he's going to last back to me here. So I'm looking to get I think I'm eclipsing his value. But in the third round, I've got someone there who I need to start getting some defensive stats who won't hurt my free throw percentage terribly because I've got an insanely good free throw percentage. But this is about what I want. There's also other guys like Jamal Murray, who you know that I love. I'm going to avoid him. Guys, I think like my centers, I just want to get them now. And I don't think at the end of pick 36, which is the end of the second round, they'll come back to me. And I have him as a top 30. I have him as a top 36 player. So this year I'm kind of, DMAC, you know this, we're talking more about top 12, top 24, top 36, top 48. We're talking more about by round value in 12 team formats, aren't we?
We are, absolutely. And I've just made a pick. Now, I wanted Jamal Murray here. And the reason why I've gone Fox is I think I've got a chance of getting Murray on the way back. Small chance, but I've got a chance of getting both guys. Look, he would have been the number one on the board, but how many do I have? I've got, he probably doesn't get back to me. If this is a decent, intelligent group, which these guys are, they would take Jamal Murray. But if he's there, of course I'm going to take him. But I just want to see how good they are.
I hope Mally flirts with buying Jamal Murray a drink at the bar right now because there goes Paolo Banchero straight after that. Shengun on the auto pick straight away, putting it straight back onto Josh Lloyd's burner.
Yeah, look, I'd expect Murray to go in the next two, to be honest. But
I know that Mally,
if he's still there, I'll be very excited.
I don't know that Mally really, he even posted today, he doesn't like stacks. Like, he's not for that. So I can see him taking two Nuggets players. I can see him being somewhat avoidant of it, if that makes sense. Derek White, there we go, Josh Lloyd's burner.
Right. Okay.
This
Yeah,
puts him in a very...
I have White quite highly rated. The only concern is similar to Jaylen Brown, who hasn't come off the board as well. Just the Boston Celtics going to struggle.
Yep.
It's going to be a difficult season. So do they sit back end of the season? And that's where we win our leagues, at the back end.
Yeah.
So I'm probably not going to have too much Derek White, to be honest, this season.
Oh, he's thinking about it. If I know they're recording, they do a show with this every week, but if Mally's on that broadcast this week, I could just see the cogs turn around that deliciously mustached man's hair. And Dyson Daniels, now I love that. Like that. I like Dyson Daniels adding some of the defensive stats that may be lacking from a Jokic or a LeBron, an engaged LeBron defensively, much better. Dyson Daniels there, boy, is that for him. I think it's one of the best available picks there at 36. And it's almost the latest that I've seen Dyson Daniels go on a draft. I think it was 40. What did you see? We see him like 42, 43 the other day. We were like, oh, geez, 40s. Like, haven't seen that much. So at 36, I think that's a solid pick by him.
Yeah, it is. And the steals upside with Dyson Daniels. I'm really interested to see, and he's running out of time, how he backs this up as well. Is he going to go Jamal? Is he going to go elsewhere? Oh, he's gone Jamal. Okay. So there's my pick off.
There he is, Stacks. He's a little bit off Stacks.
Yeah, he is. Okay, it's coming through.
He's not off Stacks. He's taking him. Yep.
Wasn't true to his word. Might have to call him out on that one.
Nah, look, if he's taking it, he's, again, one of the best players on the board. And this is where, if it's even a stack in this regard, you've just got to do it, because it's just the right thing to do. You're in God's country here. I'm about to get, this is my round where I get frisky and risky. This is where some guys that I really love start to go off the board. And I'm going to, who are you? Oh, Garland.
Took Garland.
Take us through the flags. Yeah. Murray, Flag, Siakam, Brown, Garland, Flanders. Yep. Who's Flanders taken? Now I'm going to put Ja Morant in my queue. I'm going to put some other guys. These are guys that I like around now. I like Kawhi Leonard. I love Kawhi here.
I know I love Kawhi. Yeah.
I love Kawhi past 40. I just think it's just sitting down at the value dinner. It's like someone's, in the old days where they used to send you like vouchers in the mailbox, like you get 2 Whoppers for $5 with this voucher. And I'm like, yeah.
As long as it has cheese. It's a Whopper with cheese. It's got to be that.
It's a Whopper with cheese, or double bacon cheeseburger deluxe. I
just see this as a value. Cheese going to be?
Oh, it's going to be Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard's available.
Kawhi Leonard's available. For me, this is where I'm sitting down. I'm ripping the Kawhi Leonard voucher out, and I'm going to the counter. I'm like, can I order the Kawhi, please?
Like, you're almost embarrassed to ask, because it shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be available, but it is.
But look, there you go. Good pick in by horse. I had him in my queue. Ja Morant around here, I think, is a good pick in the 40s. I think he does more this year in Memphis, especially with Desmond Bane being off. This is the new reconfiguration of the team. It's really him and Jaren Jackson Jr. driving that team forward.
Yeah, absolutely is. I see big things for Ja, as long as he can stay on the court. Obviously, he's had quite a few off-court issues over the last few seasons, but if he stays healthy, I think he's going to have a really successful and solid season. And that should bode well for Memphis Grizzlies as well. A few changes there. Desmond Bane's no longer there. I think Ja's going to have a lot to do.
Now, look, I'm putting Trey Murphy in here. I'm putting Denny Advia in here. These are guys who that I like. Other guys who I like around here, and I need to get some centers in this to be competitive, because I've got Turner. I'm going to put, now I'm thinking that he's going to go off the Zinger Burger, because he's in Atlanta right now, and Brano's got 2 picks again. So how much of homers can he stretch into? I think he is looking good here. My other thing is this: every time I've gone to draft Mark Williams and I've put him in my queue, he's been taken. I can't hurt my feelings again with Mark Williams. Marky Mark has a new funky bunch, new value. One would say, D-Mac.
I think so. Now he's in the Suns. He should be a solid pick. It comes down to health, similar to how we spoke about Ja Morant. I was going to ask you about Jimmy Butler, and I know you took him in another recent mock draft. Would you double up Kawhi Leonard and Jimmy Butler?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. Right. I'm actually really happy about it. I'm really happy. But see, the thing is, I've just taken that. So this is why I'm automatically like including or discounting Kristaps. Okay, so there goes 2 of them. There goes my queue. So Brano's just reading the mail here. Murphy and KP. decent. I think that's too early for Lauri Markkanen. He's balling out over in Eurobasket. Amazing. Good for him. He still plays for the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, that's the biggest concern. He looked amazing for Finland overnight. Amazing. 40 odd points in 20 odd minutes was superb. Very different defense, but also very different organization. He's playing for his country and not the Utah Jazz. And we just know they're going to have a really pretty poor season again, I'd expect.
I'm going to ask you this. I like Denny Advia. You know I like Denny.
So do I.
Now, so do you. Would you be looking to take him here? Because the amount of point guards that you have.
There goes your Butler, by the way.
That's fine. This is good picking. This is good picking for Matrix to get Butler. Okay, there goes Advia. Yeah. And that's fine. That's fine. But I get to draft him. I get to draft my other center that I need right now. I get to draft Mark Williams to pair him with Miles Turner, Kawhi Leonard. So I'm starting to really make back up that field goal percentage by a long. And the Shutton's right there, a center. So this is the little run of centers we've seen here. 3 of the past 6 picks have been centers. We know that they go off in 5. There's like a bit of a spouting of them. And the best guys on board now, funnily enough, are Zubac, Vucevic, Embiid, Allen in the auto queue. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, 4 of them. Duran, there we go. Flanders is going down deep and being like, I love me some Jalen. Good runs last year to start the season. Tape it off a little bit. Could we have some more consistency from him in Detroit this year? Oh, good pick on Reeves.
Yeah. He was at the top of my queue. Duran was actually second on my queue. I do need a big man, but I also needed
forwards.
A wing.
You need like forwards.
Austin
need like
Reeves,
a lot of forwards.
Point guard, shooting guard, small forward eligible as well. So that also helps that flexibility.
That's a really good thing as well.
Allen and Zubac.
There you go. So right here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 of 10 in this round already taken off by centers. Zubac, that's an auto pick by J.R. Riley, who's left here. Zion Williamson, I like that from Josh Lloyd's burner phone. I think that's really decent picking from him. It's starting to get time where I do one of my things that I do again, mate.
What's that, mate?
What did I do in last night's mock? And you thought it was saucy from me.
Oh,
because I know that you can't take it.
A long time ago.
It's last night. We were quite tipsy. Peyton Pritchard's season.
So
this is now where I'm more comfortable getting up towards the back end of the middle of the 60s and onwards. His ADP right now is showing me 91. Now, we know that people are jumping on him. People are calling him a sleeper. And so I'm putting him here to be mindful. When he goes out of my queue, people are jumping. Now, we've got a lot of analysts in here, all the Ball Logic. Well, not all of them, but a lot of the Ball Logic team is here, if not all. Maybe Josh Lloyd, maybe not. It could be Joel Embiid on one of his burners. It could be Kevin Durant on his burner. It could be the guy who used to run the Philadelphia 76ers ex-wife. Who knows who's on that burner phone right now? Zion's a decent pick. Pirtle, good pick by Mally right there. Again, having a bit of time to digest at the turn. D-Man.
It can be sometimes tricky when you're on that turn. You're like, well, we'll make a quick pick because we're very confident with Yuck and Pirtle. Oh, who do we take next? He's taking Kobe White. So he did think about it. I think that's a solid pick. I think that's decent. Yeah, Josh Giddey hasn't signed. I expect him to sign with the Bulls, but there will still be heaps of stuff for Kobe White to do. Jordan Poole's just taken straight after. What do you think of Jordan Poole's outlook for this season?
I mean, not the greatest. Again, who does he play for? And we can't say that as an example of but he plays for New Orleans with Trey Murphy, a bit of concern, and Zion without saying the same concern for others, if that makes sense. It has to go. It has to go 2 ways. Josh Hart by Deluxe 98. Back to you here. You've got to start going forwards and centers right now. So who's on the top of your list around here?
Yeah, look, I took him last night. I'm going to go Miles Bridges, a little bit safe, a little bit boring. And the reason why I'm not going to grab a center just now, and we spoke about it last night, is I think I can get quite a few of those sort of late round fly types a little bit late to boost my blocks and my rebounds. Now, I need to get some more elite talent in those positions before that point, but I think I can hold off on getting a run of centers through these middle rounds until a little bit later.
He's here in the queue. 58's around here. I don't think it's much. I think he's one of the guys who's going to be very okay in New York, and that's OG Anunoby. I like him more than Mikal Bridges. I think people when you're drafting Josh Hart here in the 6th round, you're expecting him to be a partly the guy who he was. Oh, and there we go. So Mikal Bridges.
That's a carbon copy of last night. It was Miles followed by Mikal Bridges.
Wasn't it?
Exactly the same. This is deja vu. It was.
Is people just doing the Bridges thing, like trying just hitting the nearest bridges? Like, oh, Jesus, the other bridge is still available? Oh, jeez, going quickly, just typing it in. Like this.
Now, this is sort of the region where we were comparing Cam Johnson and Michael Porter Jr. That's around this area that we need to start thinking about.
MPJ will always be going off draft boards more because of the sexy girl at the party, which is points. And people love that. It's what he's going to bring this year. How many games? Again, I'm very conscious and cognizant of the Brooklyn Nets already saying, hey, guys, we're tanking real hard this year. Like we're going real deep in the tank zone. Please, you know what? Joel Embiid, a good pick there. We don't have any games. Put him into IR. Take him out of IR. Look, not going to mess around with it. OG Anunoby still sitting here. He is drafted around this area. This is a safe pick. So when we talk about safe picks, look at him in the queue. He's the next up in the queue, 58. He's going at 68. I liked him anyway. You don't think about it too much. You just do this in a draft.
Yeah,
isn't that right? Like this is one of the no-brainer picks, isn't it? Like, oh, do I not take him?
Like, particularly around these middle regions, I think you just go for the best guy that's available. You need to be cognizant of your team build, but I think you just go for that talent as well, particularly if they're not injury prone.
Yeah, 100%. And OG Anunoby will clock up a lot of games, maybe 33 to 35 minutes a night under Mike Brown in New York. Either way, he's got a role. We know what that role is, and that's pretty good.
He's actually gone before MPJ.
Yeah, he has. And I'm surprised by that, but I like it. From I love that from Matrix. I even spoke about it last night that I think he is a better overall season-long option. But this is now people like, oh, wait a second. You know that like name recognition? How quick do you reckon MPJ goes off the board?
Very
people
quickly.
Like, oh, Jesus,
Very
MPJ.
Quickly. Yeah. I would say in the next couple of picks, just like the two Bridges, I would expect.
Yep.
There's been a lot of comparison. Obviously, they were traded for one another. So I'd expect MPJ to come off the board very quickly. What about his former teammate, Christian Brown? It's someone that I have picked sort of in this sort of region. Is that just a boring pick? Are you okay with that? Because he's outperformed that ADP last season.
Yeah, look, I'm okay with it. I think it's an absolutely fine pick. I have no problems with it. I liked him last year. I managed to pick him up off a couple of waiver wires. I was like the first or second game. I'm like, this guy
probably one of the waiver wire winners of the entire season, to be honest.
100%. And he was great, an incredible fantasy talent last year. But again, the arrival of, there's other talent now in the team. And so this is where I'm thinking his role is a little bit less, but he's still doing viable stuff. So again, after 75, I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? So we're at the 72nd, we're at the 72 pick right here. So if you could say now, I'm okay with it after 72, I'm really okay with it after the 84th pick. If you're drafting Brown in the 80s, I'm fine with that. And there it is. There is Michael Porter Jr. right after Pritchard. And again, I had him in the queue. I could have gone another guard right here. I've got 2 point guards and I've rounded out my centers and my power forward spot. Now is the time where I probably need to tack back into going back into like a point guard here. And that's where I probably could have gone Pritchard. Again, but this is where it does jump a little bit, and you've got to play it how it comes to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So Fred VanVleet just came off the board. I was eyeing him off, but I think I've got a plethora of guards anyway. DeRozan, even though I think there's a slight dip this season, I think that's still value at this point of the draft. And now you are up, my friend.
He hurt me last year so much. 26 seconds to... Do I take Nesquik? You know how much I liked him last season, and he let me down.
Yeah, he let a lot of us down. A lot of mouths to feed on that Raptors team as well.
You will not let me down this year, Emmanuel.
Ooh,
Gotta be with you. I got him. And look, I liked him last year a lot. I really, really enjoyed Emmanuel Quickley last year. I was high on him in the preseason. I saw him as a top 50-ish talent or around the 50 bubble. Maybe a consistent year of the Toronto Raptors in a wide open Eastern Conference yields some success for them. I have him pegged at playing over 65 games this year. Like he's over my 65 threshold. Yeah, I think one of the better point guards. We have to look at the point guards that's still available on the list. We've got Jalen Green. Don't trust it. in Portland. In Phoenix. Anthony Simons, definitely don't trust that in Boston. Jalen Suggs, I like, but we've seen him going out. Malik Monk, it's fine. And then it's deep after top 100 flyer zone here. The Scoots of the world, the Castles, the Russells, the Murrays. And no update on him. No update on this bloke when he's coming back.
Sar's just been taken. I am eyeing off some big men. Now, we spoke about Ayton. I am actually going to go for a bit of a flyer. I could go Ayton.
Do Ayton. Take DeAndre Ayton. Do it. It's a good
Ayton
pick.
or Klingon. I'm going to go Ayton.
Oh, okay. This fits in because I took Klingon last night around this zone. And you were even commenting do you reckon it might have been too early? I don't think so. I think it's around the zone you can get him. But I'm looking at other guys right now. It doesn't probably fit your build as much, but I'm kind of looking in the wheelhouse maybe of, I'm probably looking to get another power forward center in my next round. But look, it's coming together pretty well at this point in time. It's tough to build later in your draft, but we'll have to see where Mally and these guys go because they're dictating the pace right here. Okay, there you go. So after Ayton, John Collins, I like that by Deluge. Alex Sarr, I like that by Josh Lloyd's burner phone. Mally doing the work right here. Completely fine pick. I love Sarr. I was hoping Sarr would kind of maybe drop to me because he fits in that profile of low field goal percentage that I kind of started with, but I've gone away from. So I'm more balanced now. Really curious to see what Mally does here. 2 picks in the turn to build off what he needs. Best on board. Let's go back to position. You've got Paul George, Simons, Hartenstein, Suggs, Klingon's there. You're hoping that he comes back to you. You do have an auto draw. Khalil Ware. Look, love that for the upside.
I was looking on. Yep, I like that pick.
Love that. Love Ware there. I think it's a great pick. He's really trying to focus in on those rebounds right now. For me, that's probably a little bit of a okay, I'm going to get back to where I need to do and get some more rebounding here. This is where that turn is really advantage. I can do the studio movie and then I can do the, the old actor agreement. I can do the studio movie and then I can do the studio.
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
And then I
can
do the independent.
Picking on the turn?
I love it.
Do you like
I love my emotions being all over the shop. Just love it. Left, right, and center. So for me,
there we go.
That's it. Look, it's fine. Norm Powell here is completely fine. I've got no problem with it whatsoever. But I think it's time that, this is where you start to look around the place and you're like, what have I got left here? What do I need to start getting? It's this point it is the pointy end of the draft where if you've got a punt, you need to get into it now. So Ingram, George, probably best on ball guys going off right about now. I probably need to get some more rebounds, honestly. I'm probably looking back in the power forward center spot,
mate. I've considered that as well. So that's probably why I will take Klingon as opposed to Brown. They're both available, but knowing that other people are looking for centers, I might have to just take Donovan Klingon.
Do I take Hartenstein if he's still around? I don't mind that from you. Do I take Hartenstein if he's available? He's one of the best. There's otherwise look, Zach Edey's still there, but I like Edey.
Yep, I like Giddey too.
I'll fire him. I've taken him a lot. I haven't taken Hartenstein a lot. I've taken Giddey a lot. Haven't taken Hartenstein a lot. Maybe I take Isaiah Hartenstein right now. Maybe that's where I'm kind of leaning into with that. I don't know. Who would you be taking if you're me? Pick for me.
I'm just looking at your team. Oh, have a look. Let's have a look.
Have a look.
I think Hartenstein's a fine pick for you. Hartenstein is a fine pick.
I'll say it's a fine pick. It's Hartenstein or Giddey. You know what? Can I gamble and get both?
You could get both. Because if you don't take Giddey in the next round, I'm taking him.
All right, I'll take Hartenstein. I'll give it a bit of a good old-fashioned gamble right about here.
Yeah.
But
you know these guys better than I do. Do you think there's anyone likely to take Giddey in the next few picks?
Probably. Again, this is you got an analyst. You got Matrix going up. You got Brano at the back. So these guys love their NBA. If they're looking for a guy, you've got Jalen Suggs there, you've got Brown, you've got Shaden Sharp, who I'm high on in Portland this year. It's about to click over pick 100 by the time that these two guys come back to me. So right now, after this, I'm looking for top 100 return value after the 100th pick. It's who's it? Bradley Beal there, Draymond Green, great pick as well. Power forward, center eligible. He's a guy who I can get in. Doesn't get me the points I want. But look, Claxton going off the board. This is where the centers are gone. I'm very happy that I took that. But I think there's a chance that Giddey goes here, because if you look at Brano's team, apart from Mobley and Porzingis, he hasn't got a center yet. So if he's looking down the board right now, he's going to be looking at the ranks. He's going to be flicking through really quickly. Who does he take? And this is kind of where you're in the drafts. I'm like, oh, I need this. Oh, I need that. Okay, so he's got another point guard here to back up Pritchard and Harden. Fair. He probably needed one of those two because he's got the dual eligibility of Evan Mobley. Fine. Porzingis, great. How many games do we get him for? Just where's our backup? Where's our decent game backup? That's where I think that he would avoid Giddey, or maybe I would avoid Giddey, because I don't want two guys out of my IRs straight away. Buzelis, love that. Just in the pick 100, we've had him.
I like that one.
Love that. You know, you and I have him featured in our show about the slippers in drafts. He has slipped down just outside the top 100 in ADP, but he doesn't make the cut for a reason. There's too much buzz. There's buzz around Buzelis. There's buzz.
Yeah, he's a buzzy guy at the moment, and I was very disappointed he didn't come back around. But yeah, this is the time that you need to go. Matas Buzelis coming into the second season at the Bulls as well. We saw it at the back end. Really impressive end to the season. For a stretch there, he was a must-roster guy. Sharp. Oh. Yeah, you're Shaden Sharp. Jalen Suggs in the 9th round, I think, is good value as well.
And I love that. And it's just inside as well. It's just inside the 100.
DeJounte. Okay. DeJounte.
Now, look, there's no real returner. I like it from Horse. Look, I'm a man of my word here. I'm taking Giddey. I'm taking Giddey because I'm keeping to it. I've got 3 centers here, so I'm really bringing back the field goal. Now, Shutton's on. That's about too bad. Too bad. So sad. Auto drafting. That's can't do it unless you're the commissioner in the draft right now when one of the blokes undoes it. But this is the curse of auto draft. And sorry guys, my internet dropped out. How's my team looking? Pretty shit, mate. You picked up.
Could mean that Jay Riley's going to take Halliburton in the next pick as well.
He probably is, unfortunately. And this is the perils of the auto draft and not setting your queue, my friends. Yes. Hey guys, how did my draft go? Yeah, great. You got a team. Oh yeah, look, they'll be really good if it was Dynasty. Or it'd be really good if it was last year. Or if it's last year. You might have won yourself a championship. Scoot Henderson, a bit of upside there from Flanders.
Look, I know I'm looking for big guys, but I can't not have this value of Christian Brown.
Melly. Let's see what Melly says. Melly. Stay.
Yeah, Christian Brown in the 9th round, I think, is value for me.
I love that. I love that fit for Christian Brown. You're now after the 100s, and we're taking those guys who are just going to get us that. Oh, look, D'Angelo Russell here. Are we sleeping on D'Lo? Because he's in the show. He's in the show about slippers. He has fallen well back. I really like D'Lo here. He does a little bit of everything. Really good start to the season. I really like the D'Lo pick by Josh Lloyd-Burner, or actually just Josh Lloyd.
Yeah, it could be dependent on how Kyrie Irving comes back. I saw him getting a few shots on some social media posts. Whether or not that's a true indication that he's coming back sooner rather than later remains to be seen. But D'Lo, at this point of the draft, I think is a really solid pick. Toumani Camara, first pick of the 10th round. We saw him last season. He was outstanding, really, really good. Do you think he continues that at Portland coming into this season?
I do. I love what he does. I love the fact that we're getting these Portland Trailblazers guys in the last couple of rounds, like the Klingons and the Sharps and the Kamaras. Safe as houses pick from Tobias Harris there. As you know, I like to call him Houses Harris for a reason. It is what he does. It's as safe as you can get right around here. And I think he's one of the best picks in this zone. I'm kind of like a little bit like forward poor. I am looking at someone like maybe a Vassell. Am I looking at a Vassell?
You can look at Vassell, but I've looked at him for you.
You're looking at, you son of a...
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah, I still think he has a solid role. He was pretty disappointing last season, but I think he can bounce back. Still a young guy. I think he's just turned 25 in the last week or so. So it's not like he's on the decline because of age. So I think he's still got a solid role. He's still a starter for the Spurs. Yeah, they've got a few new guys. I think he is one of the more experienced guys on that team.
I'm looking at. Am I playing with Andrew Wiggins in the zombie Miami Heat, or am I looking at Naismith just to get young? And
Mm.
I think I might go some Naismith over.
Naismith is a name and a man that I really want, and I think we'll talk about him in our Slippers show as well. But Naismith is
We will be talking.
going to have a big season.
He's going to have a big season, and he fills my forward cup. He fills my forward cup.
Yeah, that's
me. Yeah, taking him. That's me. That was me.
I've got 3 other Pacers in my queue as well. I don't know if you can name them. There's probably the only 3 that are remaining, to be honest.
Oh, probably. You're probably looking at TJ
McConnell
in there. J Huff
TJ
and Isaiah Jackson.
Around the zone. Isaiah Jackson. Yeah, they're 2 that I'm definitely thinking of. But
Yeah.
Obi Toppin is
Herbert
someone
Jones.
that I don't mind.
Do you like Obi Toppin?
I don't mind Obi Toppin as a last round pick.
Kyrie Irving. Okay, well, how many rounds we got? We're deep. This is look, Kyrie at 120. You know how much I love that. All based on IR spots. All based on IR. I absolutely love Kyrie there. Like there is no problem with me taking Kyrie there. If you have 3, because the bloke might not play to February, March next year, and then he's got to ramp up. And do we really think the Dallas Mavericks are going to be like, hey, come on, Kyrie, come on back in? If they're going to be fringe playoff, they may rest some of their guys, and it might turn the Cooper Flag show, or we might even see what happened with Wemby. Maybe there's an ailment and he goes. And imagine them getting another top draft. Dante DiVincenzo, you know that I love the big sexy Fanta pants. I love him. Loved his energy in New York. Really was. I was up there in the heartbroken squad that he went to Minnesota. Didn't find his form until late in the season. So love this from Brano at pick 120. That for me is that's some gravy on top of his team right there, and I like how it's shaping up for him.
Yeah, it's looking like a really solid build there. I like Dante DiVincenzo at that point. What does Brano need as well? He's looking like he might need another center. He needs another center, I think.
Another center. He's got to be looking for like a guy like a. We talked about the Mavericks, maybe a Derek Lively.
My half. He's taken half.
There you go. So there you go. He's taken half. So he's taken a center. He's taken half. I'm looking like Lively. Centers wise, look, here you go. He's in the look. You've got Kalkbrenner not even being drafted right now. You love Nemus. You love him.
I know the Cater. He's doing really well at Eurobasket for Portugal. Portugal aren't a powerhouse, but Cater's looking the goods at the moment. Whether or not he starts ahead of Luka Garza, again, we don't know yet. But I'm willing to take a flyer on him in the 11th round if he's available, and if a couple of other guys I have ahead of him in the queue aren't taken.
I'm looking at. I've gone a little bit young here at times. There's a guy who I'm probably taking at his value right now, and I'm not. Look, I'm going to take Cam Whitmore. I'm just going to go out there. I've liked Cam Whitmore late in drafts. For me, this is a guy who I'm going to. Andrew Wiggins was the other one. I knew he was an auto draft, so I knew he wouldn't be coming back to me, and that's fine. But just leaving Wiggo to the side, the great thing about Andrew Wiggins is the dual eligibility between the guard spots and the forward spots. You don't get that from Cam Whitmore, but I'm happy I got him. And it's back to you because Wiggins, center, and there you go, Derek Lively. Best on board center for you here?
Absolutely. Best on board. Next one would have been someone like Isaiah Jackson or Nemus Cater. But yeah, Lively starting center for the Mavs. I can't go wrong there. And I needed another center.
Now, I'm going to ask you this because you've skipped over a young bloke called Filipowski. We've seen Walker Kessler go off the board. We've seen Larry Market and slip in drafts. We've got Tyler Hendricks returning for Utah this year. I think more minutes there for him because he was expected to be the guy around this zone in drafts or earlier last year, around like the 100, 120 zone. People were falling over themselves to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
love that by Josh Lees-Burner. It's probably Josh. It could be at this point in time because you know how much that I'm high on Kevin Porter Jr. and him taking him there, I just think is great picking from 132. And I think that does that stuff him up a little bit? Because he needs another point guard. Is he leaving his run on point guards a little bit late? This is the thing. Out of position assist for Mally is strong, obviously, with guys like Jokic and LeBron James right here. Let's be honest, Kobe White can pass the ball, but he's buoyed up there with Keontae George. So this is those young Utah Jazz blokes we're talking about. You left Filipowski, even though his current rank is 119, his ADP is 118. Spot on. Oh, Dylan Harper, a bit of a homer. He loves San Antonio. I'm happy that he got a Spurs guy. I'm happy for Mally.
Yeah, I'm still eyeing off Isaiah Jackson. I think I need just one more center. I'm just looking at my team. Yeah, I think just one more. One more just to round it out nicely. I've got 3 big guys. I think 4 is probably a nice number there.
Okay.
So Filipowski's taken. He would have been another guy I was considering, but I think, do I go Jackson or Cater? Here we go, and I'm up.
Take Cater. He's a guy you like. Don't let me tell you what to do with your life. You make your own choices.
I like them both. I'm going to go Jackson. I'm going Jackson because I think that Cater could get back to me.
There you go. I would think he could. I'm 100% that he could. Quentin Grimes, Dennis Schroeder. Do I take Schroeder just to throw caution to the points wind? And assist? Do I take him?
Yeah, and surely not. He's looked very, very sharp at Eurobasket. Is he starting ahead of Malik Monk?
Maybe.
Word on the street is he is starting.
There is word on the street that he's starting. Oh, do I? No, because if Grimes goes, Grimes will go. That will leave Shromo to me. Oh, that's just a lot of points that I could use and some assists. I don't feel great about it. Like, I feel a little dirty. Like, I like other guys with more of a role. Like, I think Scottie Pippen Jr. taking steps up in Memphis this year are other guards and point guards that I'm looking at. Let me go through the point guard list. Am I actually? So 2 guys auto drafted. Collier, Sexton, late. I don't know, man. I'm a little bit torn. TJ McConnell's still in the hood.
He is. You got Bub Carrington. Is he still available?
I'm not taking Bub Carrington. I'm not taking the chub for Bub. I'm going to get Hunter. I'm going to get DeAndre Hunter.
Right.
Because he's like his role. It's opened up.
Yeah. I think he's going to be injured for a bit.
Yeah, and he's also got that dual eligibility between the small forward, power forward spots right there. Fits up with Cam Whitmore. I've got that for my forward guys. I probably needed to get a dual eligible player, but I just think that bump is there for Hunter. We spoke about it last night without Strus there. Kalkbrenner, big. I mean, I know there's a lot of guys who are hiring him. Davion Mitchell, I think that's a great pickup late. I think that's one of my favorite picks of matrices so far. Keyshawn George going off the round before, Koulibaly, Whitmore, Wiggins, Aldama, Lively, Ivy, Murray, KPJ, Harper, Filipowski, Lopez, Gafford, Portis, Isaiah Jackson, Quentin Grimes, Dennis Schroeder, DeAndre Hunter, Kalkbrenner, Davion Mitchell, Messi, Cole Anthony, the other Milwaukee Bucks potential starter. Guys who are still here that I'm curious by. Look, I've got to make my pick. You take us through who's on the list right here and who's really attracted to you in these late rounds.
Yeah, I've just added Jared McCain to my queue, to be honest. I think with some of the question marks around Embiid and Paul George with their health, McCain could have a nice role. He would have been Rookie of the Season or Rookie of the Year last season if it wasn't for his injury. I think he'll improve again this season, but again, a lot of mouths to feed. Edgecombe is also there as well. Maxey is already on my team, so in a way, it could be a bit of a handcuff as well.
I love Edgecombe.
He's on there.
And he's a nice shooting guard option late in draft. McCain is someone who I like as well.
No.
Holiday. I won't take him. You said it. I'm going to be nice. I won't take him. I know you want him.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the Jack McVay pick. I don't think he's going to play much for the Rockets.
Loves his NBL. Obviously, that's a home pick, and hoping somehow he exists with Houston this year to play any form of basketball with them, which I don't see happening. Drew Holiday Matrix, you bastard. Good choice. Yeah, that's so. It's probably leaving. So TJ McConnell. Do I need another point guard? Because Schroeder went. I did still need another point guard. It's the Sextons. It's the TJ McConnells of the world. I want assists, and I want a lot of them. And it's going to be TJ Carrington. I'm not so sure on. He also gets me the steals, guaranteed. TJ, so I'll put him in there. Scottie Pippen Jr. I think he had moments last year, and I like that from Scottie Pippen Jr. So these are the point guards late that I like. Lonzo Ball, deep flyer, see how it goes. Dimon in Brooklyn. We've heard a bit of Brooklyn talk lately about who's going to be the starter here, haven't we?
Yeah, it could be him. It could be Nolan Priore as well. Priore. And so he came in a couple of seasons ago as a potential lottery pick.
TJ or Pippen, choose for me. I'm happy with either way.
Go TJ. Go TJ. A lot to do.
TJ?
Yeah.
Go TJ? All right, done.
Yeah,
I'll say TJ.
Nolan Priore, there's been word that he could actually start alongside of Demin as well. So that's interesting. So keep an eye on that one.
I like that. I think that if they go full young, but there's still a Chubb for Bub. Do you just take Bub for Carrington so you can say that again? Chubb for Bub.
Look,
Do you
I'd
just say
probably
that
say it a
again?
bit too much. Yeah, I talk about
No, you don't.
Chubbs a bit too much.
You're allowed to. You're a grown man. You're allowed to mention how you like.
Yeah. Look. There's my McCain.
There
McCain,
you
you've
go.
done it again. I'm gonna then go for
Hurts a little
Obi
bit.
Toppin.
Yep.
I think Toppin can, and he may not even start. It's probably unlikely he starts, but I think he has a good season.
Yeah. Look, he really came on and out of his shell a little bit last year as the season went along with. Like that for you. I think it's a fun pick. D-Mac,
Last round as well.
And you know I have this whole play, but I would take
dropping.
This is the thing. You've got to be comfortable with dropping.
Yeah.
Oh, look, and that's fine. Jabari Smith will still play basketball. I have this thing where I'm actually not anti him in the last round as a flyer because I don't think he's a crap basketball player. I think he's just in a really bad situation for him. That's it. I just think he's in a bad situation for him. That's it.
Yes, I completely agree. And my hesitation or my reaction was more the fact that what a fall from grace. This is a guy that was a number 2 draft pick. You'd expect him to be flying, but not taken in the last round or the 13th round of a draft.
Who's the last pick? Who's the last pick going to be Tamale? What are you going to do, Matthew?
Yeah, and he took Giannis's bro. Okay.
Take Thanasis.
He took Thanasis.
Take Thanasis. There you go. He's balled out in Eurobasket. It's a bit of fun for him. Let's take it down and have a look at the teams here. Here we go. Team, not for them. For you. Take us through your team, mate, from the top here.
From the top.
Down.
Yeah, started with Luka. Backed it up with Tyrese Maxey in the second round. So looking after my free throws after taking Luka, who's got high volume, subpar free throws, but Tyrese Maxey helps. Third round, I've gone De'Aaron Fox. So I'm going really heavy with the point guards, and I've backed it up again in the fourth round with Darius Garland. I understand he's coming into the season injured, but it won't be too long into the season that he is able to play. So getting my point guards early, just because we know that it is, and you mentioned this earlier, Matty G, it is difficult to get those high-end volume assists and point guard stats later in the draft. I think it's easier to get centers later in the draft as it is compared to point guard. So I've stocked up on point guard.
We'll take that right now as you say it. If you look at the board right now, and it's a really kind of interesting thing if you just focus on colors, like that thing where if you focus on the image, if you're watching this on YouTube, do it. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and do all things. Become an MVP member. An MVP membership gets you the kind of vision that I'm about to talk about, automatically given to you. You're an MVP member. You can see the green colors as they trickle on down the radar across left to right. And if you focus on that right there, you will see that in the fifth round, and then in the seventh round, these spates of green chunks, especially late in the 12th round, everybody clamoring for someone late. You can see that people going off the board in the seventh round. 3 more go there. In the 6th round, 4 more there. But there's a really big run of them, either early in drafts, like in the first round with Jokic and Wemby and Kat, Jaren Jackson Jr., Sabonis, those guys going out the window. But round 5 is this threshold, and you can see it play out here. And so you've hit the nail on the head here. But look at the point guards that you've taken off the board. 1, 2, 3, 4. And everyone else is matted around. And you've just hit that really hard. And you've also got really great picks and upside with Ayton, Klingon, Lively, and Isaiah Jackson late to really round that out.
Yep. So I mentioned it earlier that I'm really going to focus on getting my assists and point guards. Statistical scarcity, as we've discussed on previous episodes, I want to get that early and get my big man late. And for people that watch us, they're probably going to, maybe some of you may follow this a similar template. So it's going to actually be more difficult to try to get those point guards early because now everyone's going to be, hoping everyone's going to be doing something similar. But yeah, I was happy with getting those bigger guys later on. So Ayton, as you said, Klingon, I think is going to be excellent this season. Lively starting point guard in the 11th round, and Isaiah Jackson, who knows what's going to happen, coming off an Achilles. But again, we have mentioned it. 3-year contract. He's re-signed with the Pacers. It bodes well for his future. Whether or not that bodes well for this season or future seasons, again, remains to be seen. But I'm looking for upside at this point of the draft.
Yeah, no, 100%. You can do that late. Or you can just take your role players and then go through your upside. So for me, I just think it's this thing that we love to draft for upside, but then we get so bum hurt by it. Do you know what I mean? Like we love to roster these players. Like we love to say that, oh man, I had Edgecombe. Oh man, last year, wouldn't you just love to have had Jared McCain? Like how many people drafted Jared McCain? Like not a lot. In Dynasty, yeah, sure, 100%. Not many.
Yeah.
But people were
Yeah. And we
clamoring
all
to the
raced to
waiver
go and grab
wire.
him. Yeah.
We raced to go and
raced
grab
to
him. And
Yeah.
that's exactly it. You do that because that's what's normal and that's what happens. But the thing is, you also then have to be okay with letting these guys go really, really quickly. So your rookies, you see there, Horse, Calc Brenner, second last round. Let's say he's not playing right now, not a dynasty league. Horse knows. He's got him and Ace Bailey. He's got upside. Now, Bailey could cook and get a whole bunch of points. I think he might be better in points leagues than he is in category leagues this year. But Horse would know, drafting these two guys with upside late, they should be the first two guys to go because he's not going to do that or he knows that he can automatically pick up anyone because you've got a plan. You've got a plan to stash DeJounte Murray immediately into your IR spot. Horse has a streaming spot then instantly available, and then he can see how it plays out. And that can be a really smart move. So use those little tips and tricks to your advantage when you're drafting because you've actually got a roster spot free to grab the best guy that you want right now off the waiver wire. Easy.
And again, it's understanding your settings, understanding your league, also understanding who are you drafting with, because taking DeJounte Murray in the 9th may seem early, but perhaps he knows that other guys in his league are thinking about doing the same thing, stashing him in the IR. So you may need to get ahead of the game if you want to do that strategy. Personally, I probably would avoid DeJounte in the 9th, but again, we don't know exactly when he's going to come back. Do you think he comes back before Kyrie?
Yeah, I do. I think there's every chance that he does. Far as I'm seeing, there's been more movement, there's been more updates, and I don't know what happens with New Orleans this year. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing them when I'm down in Melbourne and doing the media thing and asking some questions to be like, oh, January, Christmas. I just ask him, just walk straight up to me like, hey man, Christmas present, will you be playing fantasy? He's like, yeah, man, I'll be there. And if he says that, I'll be like, great. I'll be instantly higher on him. Like, just nod once if you'll be playing before Christmas Day. I'll give us a good old wink to Shante.
Yeah.
I'll be doing that. I'll be wink twice. I'll be doing that for him. But I think it's really good. And that's, again, this is how we need to view these guys. Braino, the Jay Huff thing. Now, this is a great thing because in the very next round, you've taken Isaiah Jackson. So imagine Braino getting butthurt that Jay Huff isn't starting and Isaiah Jackson is. The exact same way that you'd be up. You'd be a little bit cut. Maybe less so, but it's within the second last round. You'd be like, like if Huff starts, you'd be like, there goes that Jackson pick I made.
Yep.
But Braino's okay with that. You're okay with that. And you move on. You drop him and you move. And that's how you have to play your fantasy game. Looking down at my squad, I did a bit of a red herring, and I love to draft like this. I love people to think that I'm going one way and forcing them to maybe take people I want them to take. And I did that tonight, I think, very well, because I took Trae Young and Josh Giddey. So I made it look really early on that I was just going to target assists really hard. And I think my assists are strong. Like my assists aren't bad. Like they're not going down a crapshoot anytime really soon. And off the first two rounds, people might be, Matty's got these two guys. Like I've got to get my assists back. Maybe if you're a Mally as well, like he's looking across the rosters. He's got Jokic and James. He's like, where's my competitors for assist? He's looking at Cade. And then Jalen Williams got there. He can get good position out of assists. Awesome. You know what I mean? So, and you start to build it that way and who's got what. And I didn't want to have like the best assists in the world, but I wanted to be really competitive across the board. And I've made that. Steals, wanted to aim for one across the game. I think I've got some good defense. I could probably get some more defense there. My field goal percentage, I managed to buoy up quite significantly over the board. And my free throw percentage, I managed to pop that over as well. I think that's quite scattered right throughout. But overall, pretty happy with how it goes. Giddey, Turner, Kawhi Leonard, I think it's a nice pick up there in the 4th round with the 8th pick. Mark Williams, happy with that in the 5th. OG Anunoby, Emmanuel quickly falling in drafts. He's kind of, I'm not saying semi-sleeper, but we just don't want to be hurt by him again. So he's fallen off from that preseason hype he had last year where people were taking him in the 30s or the 40s. Read us through the rest of my team, and I'll actually find out where he went last year. Read us through the rest of my team. Do that. ADP.
Yeah, so you did get Emmanuel quickly, which I'm quite impressed by. Isaiah Hartenstein, you're weighing up between the Hartenstein and a couple of other centers. I think you were thinking about getting Edey then, but you got Edey straight after that. So I'm really impressed.
I did.
Aaron Naismith, another guy that I'm high on. Cam Whitmore,
quickly last year. Here you go. Yahoo and ESPN, last year, 24-25 average draft position, according to Fantasy Pros. He ended up coming in at 21.5. That is crazy. I didn't think it was that high. Emmanuel quickly last year, according to Fantasy Pros, had Yahoo at 21 and 22, they're showing as ESPN. overall.
Right.
Or maybe that's overall in the guard position. Here we go. So let me scroll down to his overall position.
It felt more
there we go,
like
55. There we go, 55, 51. That was in the point
55.
guard position. So 51 on Yahoo, 60 on ESPN. That means an aggregate of 55. So he's slipped back now for me to easily grab him in the 70s, 80s. That's fine. That's decent picking, especially if you think he could return what he was going to last year fully. I think he slipped a little bit. I like you quickly. I like you Nesquik. And Edey, I got him back. You're right. I got him back. And then Naismith, you picked that out with me as well. Like this is the thing with having the brains trust. Naismith, I was like, who do I take? I'm fine. I can take anyone. This is okay. I'm okay. And don't stress your draft and your mocks too much. This is what mocks are. It's not a game. It's practice. But this is what we're doing here. So we are just looking to get the best player on board that we can for the team that fits, and not always the best player on the board, the person who fits it. But yeah, man, down the rest, played out Cam Whitmore. I'm higher on him than some other people. DeAndre Hunter, since Strus in the last week, I think he's going to have more of a role. I think he was really decent in Atlanta last year, and I think he steps into the exact same position this year, especially with Garland out early. A lot of catch and shoot threes, can do a little bit defensively, get some extra rebounds on the peripheral away from Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, who I've seen play less and took a back seat last year. Think there's opportunity. And TJ McConnell, you picked him for me. He's like, just take that one. I took that one. And there are other guards like Bub Carrington around the board, Scottie Pippen Jr. But look, I like TJ late and what he can bring to the Pacers. And look, I think we all have a very special place in our heart for TJ after the finals last year, D-Mac.
Yeah, we absolutely do. And I know Nembhard went in the 7th round. So to get TJ, I know they're not the same player, but often last season and the year before when Tyrese Halliburton would go out injured, it was one of those two guys. And if you could get both, even better. But it was one of those two guys that would shine. And oftentimes it was TJ McConnell. So I still think they'll prioritize Nembhard over McConnell. Just he's younger
100%, 100%.
And did really well in the playoffs. But TJ McConnell's a really solid pick at that point.
Yeah, at the end, finishes off my draft. And again, he's there for a reason. Get me some extra steals, get me some assists to buoy up what I pivoted away from, and I only got back that. But again, I get out of position assists from guys like Hartenstein, Naismith, not really. And the guys, they don't really fit that profile. Get a couple here with old mate OG Anunoby. But overall, pretty successful draft. Happy with how it turned out. You happy with how it turned out, mate?
I am. I'm happy. I think I'm probably upper echelon of the guys that drafted today. So I'm happy. And again, going to my MO, pretty balanced team, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah. And again, we talk about punting we talk about punting a lot. You don't have to always punt. Like punting is great. You only have to win 5 of your 4 categories. But if you're really strong across the board, why punt if you can win 5 or 6 collectively? You don't need to. It helps. But then if you go too hard into that punt and 2 or 3 guys go out injured for a short period of time, your punt is absolutely cooked. And where do you pivot? You've got to pivot to the wire. And getting some of these other guys of elite value that can bring back and help turn your tide and make you more sustainable as a team, they're not going to be there. You're going to have to get into trade city. You're going to have to hit trade mode really quickly and make a pivot from there. If you want any fantasy advice, hit us up. Believe in fantasy. You have DMAC, you have me, you've got Robert Marks and the whole crew. Make sure you check out all the socials for updates across the board. This has been Believe in Fantasy. Take care, everyone.